I want to talk about manifestation because I think it's something that, to my mind, is grossly misunderstood and is such an appealing idea that so many people are talking about it, and I think creating false expectations and really missing the point of the whole thing, really. To my mind, yes, we are incredibly powerful beings, much more so than we understand, because we see this world as physical, and it's hard for us to understand how there are deeper connections and how we may draw things to us or push things away. But if you take for granted that we're multidimensional beings, that there is another dimension or many dimensions, let's use the term spirit world for now, then you can perhaps believe and understand more that there is a way to manifest and that we draw things towards us. I mean, certainly we can see that just in how our attitudes may draw or repel things. If we tend to be happy-go-lucky or positive people, then we tend to attract others to us, and that can create opportunities. So there's a really clear mechanism there, but there's something much deeper that is about our vibration, our spiritual resonance, and again, that is not too hard to understand from a more material perspective. Einstein, I think, said, "Like minds attract." It's a saying I've often found helpful. And you know, how often do you find yourself talking to somebody who you find yourself in a certain situation and discover that you actually have quite a like mind on something? So, but if we go even deeper, then there is actually purpose to these relationships, because we have a vibrational signature where we are working to resolve something or get to a certain point in our lives. But the thing that I think is often misunderstood about manifestation is people talk about, oh, I can manifest money, or I can manifest success, or I can manifest... Well, you know, let's take a really simple example of an athlete. If they want to manifest a gold medal, I think we can all agree the best way to do that would be to train. So it's not going to come to them without the work, is it? I think we all agree on that. Now, it could be the difference that absolutely believing they can achieve that is essential to getting it, and someone who doesn't may not be able to. So there is a part to play for the imagination, a very important part. But what I think is misunderstood in so many teachings of manifestation is that it's like a kind of cash machine, and we can just get out of it whatever we want without putting in the effort. And I simply don't believe that's how life works. In fact, I think we come here to grow, and there is a highest potential for us, and who can say what that might be? You know, when you look at great teachers, then it can be far higher than we may even understand. Jesus said, you know, you'll do things greater than these when he was performing miracles. So my mind has been open to what's possible, and there's no doubt through my own experience that what appeared to be the laws of physics that restrict things to certain to within certain boundaries, if you like, are much more flexible than we perhaps realise. But still, I don't see personally that it's meant to be, manifesting is meant to be a kind of get what I want without going through the difficult stuff, because it's the difficult stuff that helps us grow so often and actually makes us the type of person that may be able to handle the material wealth or responsibility, perhaps. So I personally believe that to manifest your highest ability, you need to resonate at your highest potential, and that may actually draw to you not solutions but problems. In fact, it may be that the more you raise your capabilities and vibration of love, that the more pain you will experience and the more struggle. But it's a worthy struggle. It's about expressing your ultimate self, your divine self. So it's, in a sense, you really are. That's a pheasant, I don't know if you could hear that flying away. You are manifesting by not trying to, by allowing your higher self to flow through you, to empower you to be the love that you want to be in situations which seem perhaps intolerable as a human. So don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say I have this all sorted. Very far from it. And of course, as a human, I desire many things, and some things I see as non-negotiable. They have to happen. For instance, my own well-being, my family's well-being is non-negotiable as a human. But as a soul and as a being, I understand on a deeper level that everything is transient, and that to really experience love in situations, relationships, we need to let go of our human restrictions of what that looks like. And by releasing that, we can allow the divine to manifest. And I believe that is genuine, ultimate manifestation. Not prescribing what must be or what we want, but aligning with the divinity within us and experiencing then what may come. I hope that is helpful to people who've perhaps battled with trying to manifest things to make their lives better. Because often we're not trying to do it in a purely selfish way, but we're trying to escape some kind of trap or cycle. But ultimately, the best way to do that is to not prescribe what we believe the solution looks like, but rather to just allow our power to flow, sit in our seat of power, in our love, in our inner being, and then allowing to be what will be. I hope that's a useful perspective. It's only my perspective, but I hope it helps.